Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everybody that you can, just so we can get out there a little bit more. With that being said, welcome to the video. The Boston Celtics in 7 games beat Miami to go to the NBA Finals. This game, they win 100-96 in Miami, Florida. Again, there's a lot of places we can start, like a lot of these games, but we're gonna start with Jason Tatum. 26, 10, and 6. His leap as a playmaker has just made all the difference for this team. At the beginning of the season, well, in the offseason, when Coach Ime Udoka was hired, he kept saying that he wanted Jalen and Jason to become way better playmakers. And when they are those guys that make the people around them better, it just makes things so much better. You see guys like Devin Booker, who are great scorers and great players. D-Book, who is somebody that has evolved as a playmaker through his years. But you see when he got double teamed against the Mavericks, you see how that threw his whole rhythm off. The Suns, that threw their rhythm off. As a scorer or as the best player, you have to adjust to teams taking you out of what you normally do. The Mavericks did that with D-Book. The Suns did not answer. Bucks tried that with Tatum. He's getting way better at picking his spots, when to attack, when to shoot three, and when to pass the ball. He used to hold on to the ball way too long. Even on traps and double teams, sometimes even triple teams, he always was hell-bent on holding on to the ball to the last possible moment. As the best player, the ball is always going to find you. The ball is always going to find you. So the quicker you get it out your hands, the better the flow is on offense, which was a great thing from Tatum. Past games, he's had 5 turnovers, 6 assists, 6 turnovers, even 7. But tonight, really took care of the ball. And even when things got a little dicey at the end, which of course we'll talk about, the Celtics didn't really turn it over. I'm pretty sure if they would have turned it over like they did game 5 and I think game 3, he would have won this game, because the Celtics were just milking the clock, which I hate when they do. It's 5 minutes left in the game. You're up, what, 13? That doesn't mean you milk the clock. You still run your offense. You still play like it's a close game. Guys were rolling the ball, like trying to save time when time is literally on your side and you needed to run, and you need to run it down. Guys are rolling the ball up the court. Like, I don't understand that, but they have this habit where they stop playing too early. 5 minutes is enough time to do anything in this league with the 3-point shot. The way guys draw fouls, the foul stop the clock, points on the board, get stops. Anything can happen in these games, especially the Eastern Conference Finals, especially the playoffs, where these are the best of the best teams, and they can go on runs at any time in a short amount of time, as you've seen. But Tatum, clutch shots, great passing. The one he had, the side step 3 to put them up 13, I believe. Then the one on Jimmy at the end of the shot clock, nasty footwork from Tatum. Hitting that shot, just a great performance, great overall series. Got the MVP trophy. Very fitting that the Larry Bird trophy, the first ever one, goes to Tatum, a Boston Celtic himself, and a small forward. But yeah, Tatum was great this game. Jaylen Brown. I seen the biggest improvement from Brown this game. He's had trouble dribbling right into crowds, either getting stripped, turn the ball over, or just being so sloppy that he's just letting the ball go and people just catching it and they're going the other way with it. There were multiple instances because the Heat play help man, right? So that means you're on the guy that you're checking, but you're always a step away if the offensive player that you're not guarding comes to your side. I'm pretty sure Gabe Vincent was on Jalen. Jimmy comes to help. Jalen escape dribbles. Jimmy goes back on his man. As soon as he escape dribbles, he goes right back into the paint. Easy floater. Those are the type of things that you've been wanting to see from Brown the entire series. Is just him picking his spots better and just being decisive on Gabe Vincent and Hero and Strus. Those are guys that you can just go through one move and go straight to the bucket, make a play for somebody else, or score the ball yourself. When I saw that play, I was like, that was great, bro, because it's like he's actually learning in real time what to do. It took him 7 games, isn't the best thing, but I'm glad that didn't hurt us tonight in this game, because turnovers could have hurt us badly, and the Celtics took care of the ball in the most important game of the season. Shout out to them, man. You know, Brown just getting us buckets when we need them, and it was a pass to Smart. I think he drove in and he was on the other side of the court, swung into Smart hit the 3. That's probably one of the best passes I've seen Jalen make ever. And It's just the improvement that Jalen and Jason are making in real time. You know, having a bad game, watching film the next day, practicing, and coming out and applying it to the very next game. It's just something you have to be ecstatic about if you're a Celtics fan or somebody in the Celtics organization, because they're very quick learners and they've been in this position a lot already. But to finally get over that hump, it starts with those two guys. You also have to have role players like Al Horford, Smart, Rob, White, and Grant. But it starts with those two guys. Ime said it. These guys are the pillars of the organization. They are the two pillars of this organization. And everything starts and ends with them. If they're on their game, everybody else will be. But you do have to have guys that chip in. Which leads me to Al Horford. Great moment. Great moment for Al Horford. Gets the rebound, throws it up, lets it all out on the floor. He was the NBA all-time leader in playoff games without an NBA Finals appearance. He's finally going to get that. And he deserved it. He is a very important cog in the Celtics machine. His versatility, his defense, his shooting, timely shooting, his passing. He doesn't pass to assist. He passes for the sake of just moving the ball. And that's one of the best things I like about him. When you have Tatum and Brown, sometimes the offense can get stagnant. Smart also chooses to attack a lot. So a guy like Al, you have to have those connectors. You have to have guys that connect the offense and keep the ball flowing. And that's just so vital. The things that Al does are so vital. Rebounding, defense, again, like I'm saying. Bam had a fairly good game, but it wasn't enough. So shout out Al, finally going to get that opportunity to show himself in the NBA Finals. Derek White, again, great game. Derek White, great series. After the Celtics fumbled a 22-point effort from him in Game 6, he comes out in Game 7, very aggressive. He only had 8 points, I believe, but again, the same stuff with Al. Defense, passing, two connectors, guys that, you know, complement the Jays. And that's what you need around them. Everybody you put on this team has to complement Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. You need guys that don't need the ball in their hands that much, that can be effective off ball, and that are pests and absolute stoppers defensively. And that's why the Celtics have this historical defense, and they're going to get the best test yet in the Golden State Warriors. But Horford, Derek White, Smart. Phenomenal this game. He had some threes in the fourth quarter where I didn't agree with it, but they're wide open shots. And when they're giving it to you, you kind of have to take them. Smart's an aggressive guy. The opportunity came, he took them. But his defense, his passing, he actually scored 22 points. His field goal percentage wasn't good. That was the majority of the shots he took at the end, where he didn't really hit one. But just a great all-around effort from the Celtics. On the Heat side of things, they get a rare game where Jimmy and Bam both basically go off. The first half, the Celtics were just like, they were having a great half, but they were fouling way too much. Jimmy Butler falls or flails at every contact he gets. He's very good at selling contact, and he's rarely going to miss his free throws. Same thing with Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry was a disgrace this game. I'm not talking about his play. Kyle Lowry had 3 foul calls, I believe. All of them were flops, except for the charge he had on Brown. He drew on Brown. That wasn't a flop. But the one before the half, it was 2 before the half. He tried to go around Smart. Smart was in legal guard position. Kyle Lowry flops, gets to the line. There was another one where he shot. Tatum has his hand. He did not extend. He didn't push him. Tatum just had his hand like this on Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry felt the smallest thing, and he flailed after he shot the ball, got an and one. They have to do something about that, because, like, I'm not just saying this, bro. Every time Kyle Lowry gets a foul call, they review it in slow motion to see if he flops. 3 of them, he literally flopped on 3 of them. Other than that, he had a pretty okay game. Didn't shoot it well again, but he's not really that much of a threat on offense. He hit a timely 3, but it is what it is. Jimmy, a lot of people have him high on their player list. A lot of people have him a little lower in the teens, but this series told me that this is a guy that I personally can't judge as far as like where he ranks. His range of games is probably the biggest out of any star/superstar player. A guy that can give you 47 in a playoff game and an elimination game should be a surefire top 10 player, a lock at that. But then he goes out for 3 straight games as the team's best player and scores under 10 points in the playoffs. There are extreme highs and lows for this guy, and he's just not a guy I feel comfortable ranking and judging, and that's okay. Sometimes that shit gets annoying anyway. You just have to just let guys play, and I haven't seen a guy with such highs and such lows like him. Maybe that means he's lower because he's not consistent, or maybe the great games outweigh the bad ones. I don't know, but I just know he's a great player, and his competitive will. He's not the most skillful guy. He has skill, of course. He's an NBA All-Star, but he's not like Tatum, where Tatum is just like, you know, silky smooth. He's doing those side step threes, all that. Jimmy is a get to my spot, rise up. That takes skill, of course, but get to my spot, rise up, draw contact, get to the line. He's methodical. He's methodical. Sometimes players like that work. A Kawhi, you know what I'm saying? Guys that are methodical, not really that flashy, but Jimmy he's a warrior, bro. He's a warrior, and a guy that has highs and lows. You can say for yourself if the good outweigh the bad, but he's a straight warrior, bro. When he got the ball and shot that 3 over Al, even though it was not the shot I expected him to take, 100% of Celtics fans thought that shot was going there. Not because it was, oh, that's cash, because it's Jimmy. It's just the way that the game was going. The way that the Celtics always have to make shit so hard at the end of games. They can never just win. I couldn't even enjoy it. Enjoy the win until like 3 minutes after, where I like processed over. I was like, okay, we didn't blow it. And then I was happy. But we should have won the game by 10, and they let the Heat get so close. I really thought Jimmy was going to hit that shot. But again, when you think about it, for a guy like him, that's a bad shot. He shoots 25% from 3 over the last 3 years, I believe. It's not a good shot for him. He could have easily just attacked Horford. He damn near probably could have got an and 1 and still got 3 points, just knowing him. So, but hats off to Jimmy. Bam finally came through. Tyler Hero was a nothing. Gabe Vincent, a guy I've grown respect for, had a great series. Strus is a really timely guy. Game 6, who was hitting those prayers at the end of the shot clocks, was really the difference in that game. Hit the 3 to bring them within 4, I believe. Almost hit the 1 at the end. Shout out to the Heat for a great series. All right, I won't speak too much to this because I'll probably drop a video about it, but a quick look to the Warriors. This is a test you have not seen before. When Tatum and Brown were very young, Tatum was a rookie. You had an opportunity to play that team with KD. Might not have gone well, but just to get there would have been a great experience. You're here now with this team without KD, but a more well-rounded team. You know what Curry is, you know what Klay Thompson is, you know what Draymond brings. Kevin Looney is a great contributor now. Andrew Wiggins, you know what he brings. Jordan Poole, guy that can score 30-40 anytime he wants to. You got guys that's contributing off the bench. Otto Porter, 3-and-D. Moses Moody, 3-and-D. Jonathan Kuminga, very athletic. They have a lot of guys that do a lot of different things. You got flamethrowers, you got defenders, you got passers, you got two-way guys. You know what I'm saying? You got guys that do dirty work like Draymond and Looney. But that being said, I like this matchup for the Celtics. It won't be easy at all. This series goes nowhere under 6 games. It's either 6 or 7. Either way, really, either way. I like the matchup because of the Warriors starting 5. With Draymond and Looney, 2 guys that can't shoot at all. You know, Draymond might hit one on occasion, but you want to force him to shoot the ball. If he shoots, it's a win for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll much rather him take that shot than Curry and Thompson or Poole. You know what I'm saying? So, and I like it because of the switch he made with Rob. Rob was clearly hobbled this whole game. Didn't have any impact because usually he starts the game off, you know, he's fine. Then he plays like 12 minutes, and then you can see him like limping a little bit. So you get him out, get him right. He's healthier. It just swayed. This game, he was hurt as soon as the game started. He was limping as soon as the game started, and I was like, oh no. The first possession up, I said he might not make it through this game. But he did. We needed him to play through pain. He is the biggest X factor in this series because he's a guy that's going to be guarding Draymond. Perfect for him to be the free safety. This series is what Ime changed the defense up for, making Rob the free safety. The Warriors are not a huge team by any means. The Warriors went against the Mavericks, whose center is Dwight Powell and Kleber. Not bangers, not bruisers, not guys with, you know what I'm saying, a lot of size. Then they went against the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson has size, is a good shot blocker, but he's not a good rebounder. He's not a bruiser. The Celtics have size at every position. The only guy you can probably take advantage of is Peyton Pritchard. He's the smallest guy in our rotation. Nobody on the Warriors is jumping with Rob, probably except for Kuminga, maybe Andrew Wiggins, but it's not going to happen often. Kevon Looney has been killing the Warriors' previous matchups on the boards. He's not doing that against the Celtics. He won't even do that against Al Horford. And if Rob's there, it's going to be even tougher. Rob can have a great series on the offensive glass, on defense, blocking shots, keeping guys in front of him on the perimeter, and catching lobs, passing the ball, but it all depends on his health. The greatest shooter of all time and the second greatest shooter of all time. But then you have guys like Draymond and Looney. That's only three shooters on the court. You can kind of play them like you did KD, where you're triple teaming him off the ball. Every screen he gets, you're hitting him, you're bumping him, making everything tough for Curry and Clay. With KD, you had guys like Bruce Brown, who improved as a shooter, but you're living with that shit. You're living with it. You got Claxton, Drummond, guys that are not threats on the perimeter. So guys were able to hit KD on screens, off ball, just touching them every play. We're gonna do that to Curry and Klay Thompson. I just fear that if this series goes to Game 6, Klay Thompson's gonna have an eruption of a game and sway the series to the favor of the Dubs. But I like this matchup. Jordan Poole, guy that we have to talk about, an explosive guy, but he's not a defender by any means. Derek White can have a big series on offense going at Poole. Peyton Pritchard can even play in this series too, because Poole is not a defender. He's gonna give you 20 at the other end probably every night, but you can go at him, and that's his only weakness right now. He's not a great playmaker, but he's good enough to get other people involved. You just gotta go at him if you're Pritchard, if you're White. You know, if Tatum and Brown are on the court, they're shooting over him, going right through him, stuff like that. So Celtics and Warriors, first game Thursday, 9 p.m. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I'm so glad that this group finally got over the hump. They're back. The Celtics are back in the finals for the first time in a decade plus since 2010. But that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, share to anybody that you can. Celtics Warriors finals, game 1 Thursday in Golden State. It's Nick. I'll see you guys after that game 1.